Hello, I'm Davia Chambers and this is Let's Talk Tobago. Today we're at Villa Casa Del Sol in Bonacord, a 4-bedroom abode with ensuite bathrooms and balconies outside 2 of the bedrooms. This villa is managed by Lucille Casimir, described as the person you'd want to meet if you're new to this island and you want to experience true Tobagonian hospitality. The villa is a stone's throw away from Pigeon Point and Storbay and some local restaurants and food outlets. But if you would prefer to stay in and relax, Casa del Sol has a pool in the backyard and a barbecue pit. We'll tell you more about this place, but first, here's what's happening in our stories this week. This island's citrus industry gets a helping hand from Cuba. How to keep our NGOs going, and we'll tell you about the Haitian connection in Tobago. This is Let's Talk Tobago. Thanks for staying with us at Casa del Sol Villa in Bonacord. As you can see, this venue is calm, breezy and relaxing. And on top of all that, it has a little garden. What the owner had in mind is that this place can be used as an intimate holiday getaway for a group of friends or family, since it houses between 8 to 10 persons comfortably. This venue is also child-friendly. But we're going to leave this island for now to travel to Cuba, an island that hosted Trinidad and Tobago as a guest of honor at the 2014 Cuba Disco Music Festival. A cultural group from Tobago was specially invited to participate in that event. Now Tobago is once again seeking to strengthen relations with that country, this time in the area of agriculture. Cuba has made major advancements in the areas of plant reproduction, and as Omodara Mills tells us, they'll share that expertise with us to improve the quality of fruits on the island.
About 10 to 15 years ago, citrus fruits such as lemons, limes, oranges and grapefruits came under the threat of the citrus trestiver virus, and this severely reduced the amount of citrus produced on the island. But the Department of Agriculture is now looking to get technical assistance from Cuba to rejuvenate the genetic material of citrus fruits given to farmers and home gardeners so that there can be a greater supply to the local market.
The department is hoping that we can re-embark on having citrus plantations, at least citrus farmers that are sizable, that once again can contribute towards fresh fruit and even towards juices, local juices in the markets.
Mangoes and avocados are the other tropical plants which will get a genetic boost. And the technical team from Cuba will collaborate with the technicians at the Plant Tissue Culture Lab at Goldsboro to improve the stock of these plants.
The opportunity of doing tissue culture in these areas is a mean of bringing back that type of performance, that type of improvement to the old stock that we have.
Farmer Kenneth Noble, who's been in agriculture for about 25 years, has over 160 variety of trees, which include mangoes, avocados and citrus, on his 4.5-acre orchard. And he welcomes the department's initiative.
Now you have tissue culture, you have all sorts of technologies, you have genetically modified crops coming on the market and so on. So science is moving on. We are looking at quality production and we are looking to establish sustainability and good quality crops for the community. So I see it as an excellent move to get technical advice in the production of crops.
Tissue culture production to tropical fruits such as mangoes, avocados and citrus has played a major role in the sustainability of Cuba's economy. As such, their expertise in these areas will allow the Plant Tissue Culture Lab to expand their plant stock offerings to the public and help improve this island's agricultural sector. I'm Omodara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
We're staying with the agriculture theme a while longer. As you know, trees play a crucial role in our survival, from food to beautification, to combating the greenhouse effect and providing oxygen, trees do it all. But let's admit, we don't protect and value them as much as we should. We clear our forests at any whim and fancy, leading to a myriad of problems. And in Tobago, it's no different. But today, there's a concerted effort to change this. Keyshawn Wilson explains.
Join the green movement and plant a tree. The Division of Agriculture, Marine Affairs, Marketing and the Environment is aiding this initiative by providing trees at a low cost to the public throughout the year. At this sale, persons will have their choice of timber, ornamental and fruit trees. But this is more than just a plant sale.
I hope that the active, normal private person will, reforest their lands. There are some people that have lands just abandoned. Yeah, so we hope that they will, put trees on the land, right, and help it in the watersheds, that attract rain and all of that, and keep down the forest fires.
He says that Tobago has too many forest fires and most times are man-made.
We have a lot of deforestation. Every year you see the amount of fires that take place. Those fires are deliberately set, most of them. And so we try to get these people to put back trees on the land.
And there are several groups who help in this reforestation process here in Tobago. One group has already begun to plant trees, which they bought from the Forestry Department.
Yes, this project was really to enhance the hillside from burning, because these hills burn every year, from Likato right back to Annesville. Right, it's acreage of lands that burn, and after the burning, the river, which is the Colon, the Great Colon, the water is really drop in the river. We have a drop in the water supply. This water supply supplies right back down to Kong Point.
He says this is important to preserve and protect the environment for future generations to come. Like Ants from Major, the division is encouraging everyone to get on board with the green movement. You may not be able to plant 200 trees, but they believe one tree can make a difference. I'm Keyshawn Wilson for Let's Talk Tobago.
Our students are back at school and they'll be eager to tell their classmates what they did over the 8-week vacation. Some spend their time at music camp, others learned a new sport, and then there are those who kept themselves occupied with craft lessons. They're being encouraged to see their new skills as a way to help them make money. This is the story of the potential a vacation camp has for building a more productive society.
Balloon craft, wood etching, glass engraving and leather work are just a few of the skills that close to 100 children learnt while attending the 4-week vacation craft camp. One of them is Shaquana Batiste of the Roxborough Police Youth Club. She explains why she enjoyed the cake making and cake decorating lessons.
When I'm home and I ain't got nothing to do, I could just pick up on my own and make a cake, cook or something.
The making of costume jewelry and fabric designs are some of the other areas which children got to learn about. But the camp was not established simply to keep them occupied. 15-year-old Kerry Ann Pascal says it allowed her to gain skills which she can make money with.
I would like to continue in the craft industry, making local artifacts to sell to our tourists and make a tourist destination out of our craft.
The Vacation Craft Camp was a collaborative program between the Division of Community Development and Culture and Export Centers Company Limited. The Community Development Coordinator, Ayana Webster-Roy, explains why the THA got involved in this initiative.
The THA is now moving towards developing a sustainable creative industry and moving children in the direction of craft, helping them to embrace a passion for craft and an interest in craft will ensure that we have people who will be able to contribute towards the industry in terms of handicraft development.
The Vacation Craft Camp took place in Roxborough and Calder Hall for children ages 9 to 17 years old. There are also plans to have adult craft classes as well. I'm Omadara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
It's time to take a break, but do stay with us. On the other side, dotting the I's and crossing the T's, new homeowners prepare to receive their keys.
Talk Tobago, ready to provide your community with the highest degree of professional services in emergency response. Contact Talk Mariah at 660-0065 or Talk Speyside at 660-6096. Talk 24-hour services, emergencies, medical or other. Talk Pro, the new face of emergency management.
You're viewing Let's Talk Tobago, and today we're coming to you from Casa Del Sol in Bonaccord. This getaway is not only designed for adults, it caters to visitors with children, especially those who worry about how to keep their kids occupied. Casa Del Sol provides toys and child-friendly equipment, so while you're barbecuing, the kids are just within your reach. This place also prides itself on providing a home away from home. And while we're on the topic of homes, owning one is still a distant dream for many. Some don't meet the basic requirement to secure a mortgage. Others have land but no money to build. You name it, the hurdles are many. In Tobago, steps are being taken to remove some of these barriers. But first, a lesson for new homeowners.
62 houses at Adventure Phase 2 are completed. This means soon, successful applicants will be turning keys to their own homes. But before the keys are distributed, the Division of Settlements and Labor is ensuring that these homeowners understand the details regarding the proper management of the utilities in their new homes.
In the past, we have had some challenges where new homeowners have not been able to be financially approved within the time that you would like to have that happen. By having these meetings, soon after applicants are selected, it allows the process to move forward at a fast pace and allows our division to actually ensure that we get homeowners into their homes as quickly as possible.
Stakeholders included the Trinidad and Tobago Electricity Commission, the Water and Sewage Authority, and the Division of Health and Social Services.
Only private poles that meet or exceed our minimum standard will be approved. We will provide you free of charge with the specifications for a private pole. Private poles can be purchased from any hardware, but they must meet our minimum standard.
And after hearing those key details, a few of the homeowners shared their bliss with us.
I am very happy, I am elated. Actually, I've been waiting so long, so I'm overjoyed, and it's so nice to be able to have my own home for me and my daughter.
Feeling really great to be known that I'm going to be owning my own home. Before that, I didn't have any, paying a rent, and it's nice to know that I'm coming out of the rent to go to own my own home.
The construction of the townhouses is keeping with the division's mandate to provide affordable housing to Tobagonians. I'm Keyshawn Wilson for Let's Talk Tobago.
The average person dreams of a career as a doctor, teacher, or lawyer. Very few stray away from the conventional, much less request to work with the dead. But that's exactly what a participant in the World of Work program wanted to do. She wasted no time getting the experience she believes is needed to kickstart her career as a pathologist. But how did this happen if she's not yet at medical school? Well, let's find out.
18-year-old Shemika Bruce is now ready for the work environment after having successfully completed the World of Work 2-week training program. The practical part of the program saw Shemika getting experience at Andy's Caskets and Funeral Services, which was her dream summer job.
The best part of the job is being in the mortuary, where I touch and help with the preparation of the body. I enjoy watching the stuffing of the eyes, ears, and nose. So I think working at Andy's Casket was a great opportunity for me because I want to be a pathologist, and that was a stepping stone for me.
The top male in the program went to 19-year-old Anton Phillips. He says that although he underestimated the program at the beginning, in the end, he learned a lot which will help him when he becomes a pediatrician.
I saw how serious the world of work really is. I have now a greater understanding of the seriousness that persons face behind a desk. I had the opportunity, I worked in the Tobago Regional Health Authority at the hospital in the imaging department. I worked as a receptionist for 1 day and I only lasted 15 minutes behind the counter.
The top female in the program, Gariel York, says that she is more empowered and better prepared for working in a professional environment.
The World of Work program was indeed enjoyable, worthwhile, knowledgeable, but it wasn't just a program. It is an experience, a life experience geared towards making us, the young people of Tobago, ready to take what is ours, the future.
The program is facilitated by the Division of Education, Youth Affairs and Sport, and the administrator, Raphael Mitchell, encouraged the graduates to go out and be innovators.
You have young minds, well trained, you're educated, you're smart, you have opportunities, everything going for you. Be creative, use what you have to get what you want.
The program has grown since its inception in 2009, with 52 young people graduating from this year's World of Work program. I'm Omidara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
Tobago depends heavily on the tourism sector, but there are efforts to diversify this economy away from sun, sand and sea. The company that we're going to tell you about is a small part of this strategy, providing fish processors, farmers, supermarkets and fast food outlets with modern facilities that keep their business going. Caroline Wallace explains.
Owning a company isn't simple or easy. Because of that, many companies struggle to keep their doors open and make profits, and before you know it, closure is looming. Companies in Tobago face this dilemma, including major ones like the Tobago Cold Storage and Warehouse Facility. In 2002, the complex, which was operated by NIBDEC, was ready to count its losses. But the company is critical to ensuring Tobago's food security with its provision of commercial cold storage, dry storage, and the rental of storage spaces. So the THA bought Ticoswaf in 2003, and it became a fully functional state company in 2004. Since then, the company has been running, and this month they celebrate 10 years. They have been completely revamped and is now a modern facility offering many services to a wide range of stakeholders.
In 2010, we would have recorded approximately 5,800 sales in coastal and sales, and to 2013, we would have recorded 11,500, roughly a 100% increase. So within the last 3 years, sales would have grown tremendously.
Their major customers, though, continue to include fish processors, farmers, companies involved in fast food production, and the supermarkets. With a continuous demand for their cold storage facility, a new chiller and blast freezers were installed.
I've been here for about 5 years, and every year it's been increasing rapidly, and that year we had a great increase on our storage from people coming in to store goods.
Ticoswaf has also been able to provide wholesale space to tenants in the dry storage area. Now they have reclassified that vicinity.
What we had was a warehouse complex, so the space was used for warehousing. However, it has been recently reclassified as commercial space, and therefore now we have a lot of commercial businesses occupying the space and doing trading activities on the compound.
So what do you think makes them so successful? The answers were the same.
Our great customer service.
Our customer service. We try to take pride on our customer service to other persons so that they can come back to store goods here.
Ticoswaf plans to be around for a very long time, continuing to present and retain services that will add to Tobago's food security. I'm Caroline Wallace for Let's Talk Tobago.
We're taking another break, but coming up, Tobago's famous nylon pool makes it to yet another to-do list. Welcome back to Let's Talk Tobago, where we're at Casa del Sol in Bonacord. This villa is just about 10 years old, but it has facilitated many family get-togethers, students' getaways, church retreats, and even serves as a honeymooner's paradise. In fact, we're in the spacious master bedroom with its ensuite jacuzzi. We're told this room is favored by newlyweds as it has access to a private balcony just outside these doors. It's a great opportunity to stargaze or get a panoramic view of this section of the Bonacord estate. Now, many non-profit organizations don't last very long, certainly not long enough to make an impact on their communities. But why? That's what some young people involved in NGOs are finding out. They're learning how to interact with each other and achieve success by understanding the importance of group dynamics. More from Umadara Mills.
People argue all the time, even in groups. And these young persons who are in youth NGOs are learning that it's common for any organization to do so. But in order to be successful, they must be able to move past those differences and onto the other phases so that they can make a positive contribution to society.
Organizations will form. They come together, they're excited, but they're quarreling. And everybody bickering against one another, not understanding that is a normal part of the process. Understanding that is a normal part of the process, you're now able to manage how you go through the other stages of the group development. Norming, storming, performing. There's a stage where you reach at the peak where you perform.
The young persons also learned that the different roles people play in a group help to make group dynamics more effective.
No one role is more important than another. And you need to have a good balance because you need to have, of course you want the encourager who is always accepting and all of that, but you also need somebody who's going to challenge a little bit and say, okay, this is why this can't work. And so you need both.
At this capacity building workshop, the participants also learned about techniques they can use to retain members, as well as ways in which they can raise funds and maximize their resources so that they can positively impact their communities.
It is not just about yourselves as individuals and your organizations, but really it is about an opportunity to see how you and your group can make a meaningful contribution to the island of Tobago.
Over 60 young persons from various youth groups on the island participated in the workshop. This interactive two-day program is one of the activities being held by the Division of Education, Youth Affairs and Sport as part of its month-long series of youth programs. I'm Umadara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
For all our differences, there are similarities that exist throughout the Caribbean, especially in the area of culture. Tobago discovered this when a Haitian group visited our shores, showing how their island's drumology and dances are very similar to ours.
There's no language barrier in music. There's no need to necessarily understand any or all of it to connect with it. And with drumming, the beats make it even easier. And this visit to Tobago by Haitian drummer Lois Leslie Maslin is evidence this is true. Through Caribbean Yard Campus, the drummer came here to share Haiti's music with Tobagonian cultural performers.
What he did was to create that commonality between Trinidad, some of the Trinidad beats and some of the Haitian beats.
Those beats in Trinidad and Tobago's culture are used for dances like the pique and the belle.
And in watching it, he was able to recognize similarities with a Haitian movement, Jumba.
Yeah, Jumba.
Right? And then with the Jumba, therefore, he showed them the drumming rhythms for the Jumba as well as the dance for the Jumba. So that's kind of how the workshops are going to go. Yeah, so it's not going to be a strictly I come to teach you and to tell you, but more of an exchange.
Mr. Maslin, or Samba Zao, says it's more than showing the similarities with our drumming. He will also be sharing stories about Haiti's culture.
He says that he teaches drumming as well by telling the stories, the history behind those beats, where it came from, whether Nigeria or Congo, wherever it came from, he shares the story of the history.
The group was hosted in Tobago by the Division of Community Development and Culture. I am Caroline Wallace for Let's Talk Tobago.
This island's nylon pool is all the rave once again. This time it's made it to a list as one of the 12 places with the clearest waters in the world. Time to find out why this shallow, white, ground coral pool continues to make it to most people's vacation itinerary.
The captain of the boat, Frankie Tours, Rondell Kendall, has been taking visitors out to the clear shallow waters of Nyland Pool for the past 10 years. He's just finished carrying out a trip and now he's prepping the boat again for another group. He says that he is glad he's able to let visitors experience the Nyland Pool not only for fun but for health reasons as well.
The sand at Nyland Pool is actually good for your skin. So most of the people that go to Nyland Pool is because they like to use the sand on their skin. And actually, like I always say, you be at Nyland Pool, you get 10 years younger. Much people like that.
The Nyland Pool has been described by Wikimedia as a shallow white sand area behind Buku Reef with still shallow waters and soft clean sand that provide a pleasant bath experience. And whether visitors swim or ensure that they take a rub down with the white sand, here's what some of them said about their visit to this meter-deep swimming pool.
The experience is like the first time. The water is perfect. The sand is perfect. Well, it actually is not sand. It's like the dead coral. So actually, it's beautiful and it's wonderful. It's not, you can't explain it. You have to visit it to explain it.
I agree totally with that. The water was quite clear. It was calm. It was warm out there. And it's an experience only when you're out there you can understand what it means.
Nyland Pool, which has also been featured in the Daily News and Beautiful Places Guide, is a must-do on many visitors' list before they leave the island. I'm Omodara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
And it's time to have your say, the segment of our program where we hear from you, our viewers. The Tobago House of Assembly has already outlined its ideal financial plan for this island. A plan the Assembly says is a reflection of the wishes of the people, but it's really up to the central government to allocate the kind of resources Tobago needs for its development. On Monday, September 8th, when the budget is read, this island will find out if it will get the close to $6 billion it has requested. But in the meantime, we're asking, what is your budget wish list for Tobago? This is what you said.
We would like to see the government pay some attention to the telecommunications sector. The telecommunications sector is the hub of any modern economic development. And Trinidad and Tobago, particularly Tobago, which has a focus on tourism. And we need to have different brand of tourism. And I think educational tourism, sport tourism, they all revolve around a modern ICT sector.
Yeah, I would like them to actually get something to entertain the youths over here, to keep them in Tobago, like an amusement park, arcades, some kind of more cinemas other than movie town, something like that.
We could do more for the youths and the young people of Tobago financially.
I would like them to develop Tobago more, like Scarborough area, bring it more like a city.
My budget wish list is facelift of Scarborough.
We want change, and we want, things that would excite anyone who walks off that boat.
Well, I would expect or look forward to them pumping more money into tourism, primarily.
Air conditioning in all the schools in Tobago and improving the bus system.
I want to see when the yachties and them come in and they build jetties for the yachties and them so that they could dock in when they come in.
And that's how we bring this week's edition of Let's Talk Tobago to a close. Remember, you can send us your comments or queries on anything you've seen in this program to information@tha.gov.tt or visit us at www.tha.gov.tt. Like us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Davia Chambers, and on behalf of all of us at the Department of Information, have a safe and enjoyable week. And as we go, here's a final look at Casa Del Sol.